This is the 12th activity of probability on Mathletics 7. These are a little complicated, but I think with explanation it'll make a lot of sense. So it says here, Peter and Aiden are both thinking of going to a school dance. The probability that Peter will go is 0.4, so it's 40%. P1 is him choosing whether he goes or not. So here we got P1 and P1. The first event is whether Peter goes. Then, probability that Aiden will go is 0.2. That's the second thing. So if Peter goes, and then if Aiden goes, okay? And we're going to complete a tree diagram, and then with that, we're going to come up with our answer to another question that gets added. Now with these, you'll notice that there's lines above them. That means not. So we learned that Peter's probability of going was 0.4. So you take 0.4, drag it into the him going. Now if it's 0.4, also known as 40%, what's the likelihood then that he's not? It's whatever would make this add up to 1. 0.4 and 0.6 add up to 1. Okay? Simple. Next, it says Aiden, it's 0.2 that he would go. So P2 is going to be 0.2. We have another P2 down here, so we put another 0.2. And then below, what would add to 2? There are 0.2 to make 1, or 2 plus what equals 10? 2 plus 8 equals 10. So 0.2 plus 0.8 is 1.0. Looks kind of like a 10. So we put the 0.8 in both of these. Okay. And we press submit and it should be correct. Yep. So here it says, hence calculate the probability that Aiden attends the dance, but Peter does not. So Aiden attends. So Aiden is the second one here. He does, but Peter does not. So we'll follow this. Peter does not is the bottom is 0.6, but Aiden does is 0.2. So all you need to do is whichever one's following the path of Peter does not, Aiden does, you take those numbers and you multiply them. 0.2 times 0.6. Which you don't need to use a calculator. You could, but you also know how to do it on paper pretty quick. 2 times 6 is 12, and there's 2 decimal places, so move the decimal over 2 places. So 0.12 should be the answer. And yes, it is. All of that is correct. I'm going to do one a little quicker. Janet and Alyssa are both hoping to go to a concert on Saturday. The probability that Janet will be able to go is 0.2. So Janet is 0.2, and that's the first one, P1, so she's 2. And what goes with 2 to make 10? 8 goes with it. Good. The probability that Alyssa will be able to go is 0.6, so P2 is 0.6. So both of the P2s should have 0.6 beside it, and then P2 not is whatever 6 would add to make 10, which is 4. So 0.6 and 0.4 go together. Press submit, and then a question pops up. Calculate the probability that Janet attends the concert, but Alyssa does not. So remember, Janet is the first one. She does, and Alyssa does not. So does is 0.2, and does not is 0.4. 2 times 4 is 8. And there's 2 decimal places, so it's 0.08. We make sure there's 2 decimal places, and that should be the correct answer. And it is.